everybody. It's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. It is time for your Monday night live stream. Thank you for being here. Hello, Mary. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. I know you have bunko tonight. Thanks for joining in the beginning. Hello, Camille. Thank you for being here. You are awake during the live stream. It's very exciting for me. Hello, Jess. Yes, please smash the like button, subscribe, all of those things that I never remember to tell you to do while you're here. Thank you for the reminder. Hello, Natasha. Just telling everybody hello. We will give everyone moments to join as we wait to let things play out. I know some of my videos have ads, even though I don't get paid for said ads. Doesn't stop them from happening. So I like to give you all a few minutes to join just in case so that you can hear what's going on. If you catch the replay, hopefully you can catch it from the beginning. Hello, Janine. Welcome. Yeah, subscribe if you know how. That's actually because one of my cousins, Sherry, God loves her and so do I. But she cannot figure out how to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Either one of them, this one or my family channel. She's tried for the last several years. I think maybe we finally got her subscribed. So, I mean, if you know how. Because evidently it can be pretty tricky. Just like with YouTube channel memberships, let's talk about something totally random and not at all related to our topic tonight while we're waiting and giving people a moment to join. Y'all like being here, right? Where I just decide to do whatever. I do what I want. I love this shirt. In case y'all haven't seen this shirt before, I do what I want. And I wear this shirt because I do what I want, including wearing shirts with cats and coffee, both of which are not my favorite. Oh, no. It's fine. Now I don't even remember what I was going to tell y'all, so y'all are in luck. I've forgotten because I was going off topic. But tonight we are going to discuss non-scale victories. So do be thinking of them as I start by telling you about my week. Yeah, it is a perfect shirt for me, right? All of the things. It's Ruby. I think it's Ruby in disguise, like she is a cat who likes coffee. That feels like it'd be a Ruby move. I'm convinced she's a cat in Sweetie clothing. She's trying to punk me, and I'm not having it. I still love her, though. I like cats. Cats love me. I don't have any cats. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. So, so this last week was really good, though. It was a really good week. It was a really good month. We're going to start with the non-scale victories for the month. So, as I talk, some of the things that I've done within the last week may also be non-scale victories, but I'm going to try to save those parts. And some of them are just within the last week, but not necessarily within the last month, because the first one I want to talk about is what we did yesterday. Oh, hi, Mama. Mama's here. Hello. Is what we did yesterday. We went to Big Thicket National Preserve and looked at carnivorous plants. I took a ton of video. I don't know how much of it y'all are going to see, but I did move it to the computer and put it all in a folder together. So, I mean, progress. We're making steps. Y'all may get a video. And I already have one scheduled for Wednesday. I know. What am I doing out here? I'm just making videos like it's a thing a YouTuber's supposed to do or something. Yes, Mama Mary is only going to be here for the first half, and then she has to go to bunko, but she's going to listen. We don't want you to worry about her. I sent my mom, I don't want to spoil it or anything, but I sent my mom some pictures yesterday, and she asked me if I brought bear spray, and I sent her a picture of me and Natasha, and it was like, no, I brought a Natasha. Natasha is our wilderness explorer. She is the one who told us about these plants being out there. It was actually really cool. Like, it's very interesting. And there were a ton of them. They were everywhere, especially in one of the paths on the boardwalk. They like the water area, I guess. But I think there were supposed to be like 4 different kinds, but we did not find one of them. But we found a bonus that we didn't know. Google Lens is a good thing. Do y'all ever use Google Lens? I'm just curious. Or does Apple have something similar to that? And in case you don't know what that is, I'll go ahead and tell you so that you won't have to be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So no, I don't use it. But what it is you can either take a picture and then use the Google Lens, or you can snap a photo, or well, not actually a photo, but you can use just Google Lens through your camera, and it'll tell you like what you're looking at, like what tree that is, what animal that is, what flower that is, what plant that is, whatever. But I don't know if iPhone users have anything. I mean, I'm sure you could just search, like upload a photo and search to see what would be similar. But it's such a nice feature because if I already have the picture and then everybody's like, what is that? I'm like, I'm pretty. I don't know. Yeah, we can Google Lens it and try to find out. And it's told us a bunch of the things that, well, it's more confirmed that they were correct because y'all are real smart. I mean, let's just be real honest. Mary and Natasha and Amy, they know different things. They're like, oh, there's a magnolia, there's an oak, there's a squirrel. They know things. I like them because they're smart and they know things. I use Google Lens. And them for when I don't know things. So, anyway, y'all never heard of it? Interesting. Do y'all have Apple, maybe? Maybe that's why you haven't heard of it. No clue, Janine? It's really cool. If you don't know what you're looking at. When I was growing up, look, let's just be real honest. When I was growing up, I was not a nature fan. I didn't really understand nature. Like, I don't know. Why do we have to appreciate it? We're in it. But now, I like being in it and I like to appreciate it. And I know nothing. In fact, we had this whole conversation. Do you know? They have those memes or whatever about I was today years old when you found something out and you make those connections. We were talking about different plants, and Tasha was like, "This is a greenbrier. This is a sleepy briar." I don't remember what they were called already, Natasha. That's how fast I forgot. One day later. I think greenbrier was an actual thing. I feel like that was an actual one. Anyway, we kept talking about different things and they had briar in it. And I was making a joke about Briar Rose and being Sleeping Beauty and how Princess Aurora has the most names and why she got more names than anybody else. Anyway, I was having a great day and I was very chatty about the most random things. Sensitive briar, that's what it was. I knew it was something fun. I knew it was hiding something. Sensitive briar. But what I realized was all of these things had thorns on it. And of course, the rose has thorns, and Briar Rose, Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, was to prick the needle, which is sharp like a thorn. Briar means thorn, like briar is thorn. They all have thorns. Greenbrier is one we saw. See, I did pay attention. I couldn't pick them out again for you, but hey, Cheryl, thanks for being here. It's okay. You're not that late. We're only about 10 minutes in. We haven't even started our non-scale victories yet. I was talking about how my friends are smart and know what plants we're looking at, and I don't, and use Google Lens. And then I guess nobody else uses that or knew what I was talking about. I just realized that you can see. Y'all might not can tell what that is. It's Davy Jones, rather. I was going to say it's Captain Barbossa. It's not. It's Davy Jones. And Captain Jack Sparrow's on the other end. So if you're wondering what this little weird thing is right there, welcome. It's Davy Jones. He's got all them snakes from Pirates of the Caribbean. I maybe should have said what movie it was from instead of just random Davy Jones reference. Yes, it's fun when all the dots connect. It made me think of it because the other night you were asking me if I had that show on Apple TV, and I don't. And you said that Harrison Ford was in it, and that was still that's one of my all-time favorite brain connections. And I know I've shared this on this channel before, but the day that I realized that Han Solo was Indiana Jones, best day of my life, best day ever. Like, what? What? You can do that? They can be two people? Like, I didn't realize actors got to do more than one role. It's very exciting. All the dots finally connected. Did I tell you hello, Marcy? I saw you and saw other people say hello, but now I don't remember if I actually said it out loud or not. So, but my week overall was really good. I finished packing the upstairs, which we'll talk more about in sort of the non-scale victories. So let's just go ahead and get to the non-scale victories. So, as part of this Monday night live stream, again, the non-scale victories is going to be the theme of the live stream on the first Monday of every month. Because if this is your first time here, welcome. I believe that the scale is an important tool to see progress over time, but I do not believe that it is anything that we should put our emotions behind, I guess would be the easiest way for me to say it. So I have learned over this journey that I've been on, which I have since turned into a health expedition, that the scale isn't always the best way to show that you're making progress. So I think non-scale victories are a great way to show progress outside of a number. Because, as you all are aware, those of you, which most of you here are, have been on any type of health and wellness, weight loss, adventure, journey, expedition, whatever you'd like to call it, it's a long process, and it's not a straight line. It is a curvy, twisty roller coaster. It goes up and down, sideways, backwards, and sometimes in a loop, over and over, until you feel like you're gonna throw up. But then you get out of that loop and you keep going, and you get faster and faster, and then you think you almost die, and you feel like once you're done, you want to do that again, right? And that's sort of what it is. So, hello, Sarai. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. We are starting non-scale victories. So I would like, if you are here in part of the chat, I would very much like if you would share your non-scale victory or victories, because I am sure you had many. And if you feel like you didn't, I would really challenge you to think of one, because they're there. You just have to think about it in perspective. So, as an example, I had a non-scale victory yesterday. I know it's not technically in March, but I'll give an example, right? Because this happened yesterday. We were going on our hiking adventure, and I had brought my fanny pack that I bought in Las Vegas in September. Not thinking anything of it. Put my little snacks in there. It's the first time I've used it since our trip. Put it in the car. Amy and I carpooled together. Got there, we got out, went to put on my little fanny pack. It's big. I was like, whoa, what? Dude, I can't, it's gonna fall off my hips. So I had to change it. Amy's like, well, I mean, you're wearing blue jeans last time. I was like, she's funny. I love my friend. She keeps me honest. I mean, I did wear blue jeans one night. The rest of the time it was shorts. So, but it was like probably an inch and a half to 2 inches that I had to take in the fanny pack. So it wasn't a non-scale victory that I was expecting to have, but I went 6 months without wearing it, and in those 6 months I've lost a bit of weight. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it would be bigger and I'd have to downsize it. It just was still an unexpected non-scale victory. So those are the types of things that I'm looking for. Um, and I'd appreciate if you'd like to share your non-scale victory. Howdy, Deanna. Thanks for joining. We're just getting started in non-scale victories. I was just giving an example of one for anyone who may be new. Jess Kaplan says, non-scale victory. I bought lunch food this week finally. Nothing special, just some Boar's Head buffalo chicken with salad supplies, but that's better than the past couple of weeks. So I take it, if that is a non-scale victory for you, Jess, that it must mean that preparation helps. And for a lot of people, being prepared is a big part of being consistent. And eyeing the food that you're going to eat helps you not eat out. And for a lot of people, can you make good decisions for yourself when you eat out? Sure, but can you make better decisions for yourself when you make it yourself? I'd say absolutely. Mary says, one of my favorite non-scale victories is being able to step out of my car with full hands with no grunting. No hands, just step out. She just gets right out of the car. That's a good non-scale victory. Being able to get out of your car first without making a noise. I don't know that I can do anything without making a noise, though. I grunt a lot. But no, that's really good. And just being able to get in and out of your car without your hands, being able to get in and out of different places, without your hands, is being able to stand up without your hands is still a task. Not a task. It is something that I'm working on being able to do consistently. So no, that's a good one. Camille has hit 10,000 steps 3 days in a row. That is great. Now, for those of you who may know Camille, first of all, she's normally a decent stepper, but she had surgery a few weeks ago. Cancer diagnosis, but crushed it. And so 10,000 steps for the last 3 days is wonderful. Hi, Becky. Thanks for joining. We are currently discussing non-scale victories. If you have any for the month of March that you would like to share, I would appreciate it. Natasha says that she got out and completed one of the adventures she said she would do. We did indeed complete adventures, and it was a fun one too. Cheryl's non-scale victory is she has not binge ate for 2 weeks. That is, for those of you who are binge eaters, anything more than a day is normally a non-scale victory. So absolutely. Deanna says her non-scale victory, she climbed through small tunnels with confidence. She was able to climb and pull herself up through this weird cave system. That's great. I don't trust in my upper body very much, to be honest. So things like that may make me a little uncomfortable, but that's wonderful. Small tunnels and moving yourself around like you're like a kid, man. That's really cool. I love that. I saw Deanna do this slide. I'm not gonna show y'all, but she showed me. It's crazy. That looks so much fun. 110% would do. I love non-scale victories like that. Becky says, Becky with my 5-star life says, wearing a smaller ring size was a big one for you this month. Yeah, rings, right? I've been able to wear my rings again. I wore, first I had this ring, and I got too big, and then it didn't fit. And then I bought this ring, and then I got too big, and it didn't fit. And I used to wear them on my ring finger. And then a few weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I bet I could wear my James Avery Longhorn ring. And I put it on and it was too big. But now I can wear it on my middle finger. And technically I can wear it on my index finger. It just makes me nervous about being able to pop it on and off real good. But then I found my other James Avery ring that I wore 20 years ago. That I had sized out of. Also, I used to wear it on this ring finger, but yeah, now I get to wear my rings again on a different finger. And at some point, I think it's probably going to go on my index finger, but I mean, that's cool. Yeah, right? Being able to go down in a ring size. Sarai says that on March the 30th, that she ran for the first time in 2 weeks. That's good. That's great. Running, I know you're a runner. I'm not a runner. I'm not a walker. I try to do walking, but that's wonderful, especially if you haven't done it in a minute, to pick it back up. Janine says she used gloves to cut jalapenos for a party this weekend. I've always worn size large. They were huge on me. I got to be honest, there for just a minute, I'm like, where is she headed with this one? The gloves. Oh, like the plastic gloves or the latex gloves or whatever, so that you don't get the peppers on you and they were too big. That's cool. Yeah, man, your hands get smaller, right? I put on some gloves and they actually fit that I had bought that I never did get to wear because I thought they would fit and they were too small. My hands are too chunky to get in them at the time. And now they're the gloves that I wear and they're probably a little bit too big. That's great, Janine. I love that. Fitting in things, even gloves. Deanna says years ago she would have saw the steps she had to climb to go down that 10-story slide and told everyone to go on without her. And this time you just walked them steps and slid down that slide. It did look like a lot of steps, though. Becky says that she has not binged in over a week and said no to food, not because I couldn't eat more for the day, but because I didn't want the extra food. That's great. That's absolutely great. Cheryl also had a success with not binge eating in the last few weeks. So anytime you can do that, and especially if you can make conscious decisions of I'm good and that's a healthy place to be, or I need more food and that's also a healthy place to be. As long as you can stay in that thought process and know that this is a healthy amount of food for you to have. And I only giggle because it sounds so easy, right? If you could just tell yourself that, like, I know it's not that easy, but that's why it's a non-scale victory when you can go without that binge eating. Or for people who are more like myself, go without under eating, which is an issue all of its own. And I've been doing really well with that actually. For the whole month of March, I was not scared of eating food, but I have also not been scared of not eating if I wasn't hungry, which I wasn't doing because I was scared of losing the weight. But now I'm listening more to my body. So I agree. I think that's a great one, Becky. Yes, Sarai says, don't forget to hit the like button. Alan is here. Hello, Alan. LB, you're always just on time. Never late, never late. We are doing... Hello, Tisharia. Thanks for being here. We're doing non-scale victories. So if you have a non-scale victory that you would like to share, I'd love to shout you out with how you did in the month of March and all of the great things that you did. Everybody's saying hello to each other. I love y'all so much. I love when I get lost in the chat because y'all are chatty to each other. That's like really my favorite thing. I really do love that a lot. Let's see. Oh, I was looking for a comment, sorry, and then I lost it. And all of y'all chatting with each other, which I loved, but then I lost a comment. Becky says, being in a good mindset with eating is the best feeling and a big non-scale victory for you. Yeah, it should be, absolutely, I think. Being in a good frame of mind around food is a struggle for, a lot of people. Probably more people than would be willing to admit that out loud, so... Sarai says you feel like walking is just modified running. Yeah, it's a progression, right? It's the first progression to running is walking or crawling, I guess. Which baby Claire is walking, everybody. Y'all may not. She's going to be 1 in like a couple of days. Well, a couple of, 16 days. 16 days. She's walking already. She walked within her 10th month. Anyway, so you got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. And I jog. So walk, jog, run. I'm getting there slowly. Progressions. Mary says she passed by fast food and ate at home instead. That is a big one. I was telling the girls the other day, I'm waiting for the day that I go and leave this house and my brain doesn't tell me to stop and get something from fast food or a bag of chips from the gas station. It's still every time. I mean, it's just what I did not realize how big of a habit it was that if I left the house, I got food, and that the food that I got was never a good food choice for me. And every time I leave the house, I still think it. It's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. But it is a huge non-scale victory, Mary, when you are able to pass it up. I still feel proud every time I pass it up. But now I'm to the point where I've been proud of myself so many times for passing it up. I want to be proud because I just went somewhere and came back and didn't even think about it. I'm not there yet. I don't know. It's maybe going to take a while. Becky says, hitting monthly, weekly, and daily steps goals are goods too. The biggest one she had for 2022 was hitting all your steps. Yeah, steps goals are absolutely a great goal that a lot of people track and pay attention to. Y'all know walking is not your pal Misty's favorite unless she's doing it with other people or on a hike. The hike, I like the hiking kind of part of it because it gives me something to do other than walk. Because again, I know y'all say y'all think and reflect and have deep thoughts while you walk. I'm just mainly thinking, I hate walking. This is stupid. I'd rather be lifting weights. I'd rather be doing just about anything other than this walking right here, right now. I don't know. Pete just hates to walk. I hate it. It's just not my I'm just not a fan. Sometimes I go to the trash and I just run back because I'd just rather be over with it faster. I'm just done with it's so boring. I'm sorry. It's just you have to do what you think is fun, and I don't think walking is fun. And I know Camille's going to tell me to try a podcast. I have tried. People are going to tell me listen to audiobooks. Then I'm mad because now I'm walking and not enjoying it, and I'm trying to listen to something and I can't because I also have to focus on the walking and not falling and being aware of my surroundings. How am I supposed to do all of that and listen? I can't. My brain shuts. We're gonna go back to the chat now. I'm sorry, I went off there for just a second. That is a good non-scale victory for baby Claire, right? That's great. She's walking. Yeah, she's walking. She's walking and she dances. She loves Mickey Mouse like your pal Misty. Little friend loves Mickey Mouse. Yes, passing up fast food is always a good one. Becky says she thinks fast food feels like a treat. So your minds are like, oh my God, I want a treat. Yeah, I think it is maybe part of treat, but I think it is just habit. It is just habit that I want to stop and get something every time I'm out. And a lot of times in the beginning, I would do that. I would go to the gas station, but I would get like a bag of almonds or a bag of pork rinds or a meat stick so that I was still going out and getting my thing. And sometimes if the feeling is really strong, I'll stop and get like a diet soda or a bag of nuts, even still to this day. And that will satisfy that urge. If I have left my house, I have bought something I can now return home. I don't know what that's about. Maybe we should deep dive on that later. Not today. Not today, folks. Deanna says, I bought my husband peanut butter cups today and didn't even think about getting you some. That's impressive. I love a peanut butter cup. That's one of my favorite treats. I eat them sugar-free now. I'm not going to lie. Well, I eat Ghosts still from October. They're good till October. And I still have 2.5 bags. So I'm still eating them. I do love peanut butter. But that's great. If it's a treat that you normally would enjoy. I am kind of curious, though. Is it a treat you would normally enjoy? Or is it just the fact that you bought a treat for anyone? Because that's something that's hard for people, too. Is just if you're buying a treat, even if the treat isn't necessarily one of your favorites, to Becky's point earlier, it's kind of that, it's a treat thing. Does that make you want it more? And does that make the win bigger? Because I feel like it does. I feel like that's an even bigger non-scale victory, Deanna, but I'm just curious on yours or anybody else's take on that. Charlotte, thanks for being here. I hope you're feeling well. We appreciate it. We're doing non-scale victories this evening, Charlotte, on our Monday night live stream. So if you have any non-scale victories for the month of March, I'd love for you to share so that I can shout them out. Yeah, fast food does feel like a treat. Becky says, you're a strong woman, Deanna. If she had Reese's right now, she'd be eating them. It is Reese's egg season. It is indeed. The eggs, the trees, all of them. They're all good. You were typing Try Podcast. I know I did. And I do still listen to the Smartless podcast from time to time, but I actually enjoy it. So I listen to it when I'm not walking so that I can enjoy it instead of hating it and trying to figure out what they're talking about and it being over and being like, what did I even just listen to? Cheryl says, just wait until she can get to Houston and you'll love it. It's like walking with a crazy cousin. Oh, now see, here's the thing. I love my Sunday walks because I love walking with the girls. I mean, boys could join. We just don't have any boys that join. But, I mean, they can. Cowboy joins. And sometimes CJ joins. So technically, we've had 2 boys join. One was a dog. So technically, we've had 1 boy join. But I do like walking with other people because then I'm not walking. Then I'm chatting. That's different. I like to talk. I don't know if y'all met me. I like to talk. I was so excited yesterday. Poor Amy. I love my friend. I really do. I was like Natasha had parked next to us. And so I was in the passenger seat and I was talking to them. Amy's like, get out of the car. You were talking so loud right now. I have this problem where, does anybody else have this problem where when you get real excited, it is hard to control the volume and speed of your voice? Because I will often get really loud and really fast. Amy said I was screaming in her ear and I had to get out of the car. I had a good time. It was so much fun. I was really excited about it. Anyway, so yes, I do love walk, but I still want to walk with you too, Charlotte. You can come be a crazy cousin. Please come. I have crazy cousins. Join. Becky said it's like the same feeling as buying yourself something at the store. It does something to the pleasure part of your brain. I mean, it's just like, fast food and processed foods and retail therapy. It does all hit that dopamine center in your brain. So, I mean, there is, again, people are like, I don't understand why I'm addicted to fast food. Because it's addicting. Because they put stuff in it to make it addicting, to make you want more of it. I mean, do they do that intentionally? Maybe not, but it is how the food is made, and it is to create a desire to eat food. So, I mean, it makes sense to me. Or Amazon. Right, exactly. Online. I get the Amazon dopamine hit. I do have to be careful. I've done really good, though. I have not. Non-scale victory for me for March. I'll give another one of mine. Was I did not buy any groceries for the month of March, which I didn't officially say that I was doing, except for to a few people, but I think I mentioned it on a live stream or a video that I wasn't going to really be buying much, and I didn't. I have bought things. Let me clarify. I've bought things for the apartment. Like I said, I bought myself things. My mama bought myself things. Amy's going to buy me things because I need some things. And so we're getting things for the apartments. We're making things for the apartments. And I have bought stuff, but I have not bought groceries. So I feel like I don't want to say that I haven't bought anything, but I haven't bought any groceries because I want to empty out the refrigerator and freezer and pantry. My pantry's looking really good. It's getting really low. The freezer still probably has like 6 or 7 pounds of ground beef, package of hot dogs, probably about 7 or 8 chicken breasts. I think I may have 1 or 2 pieces of fish left. I think I ate close to the last piece. It's either 1 or 2 pieces of fish left. Anyway, so I'm working my way through that. So one of my non-scale victories this month was that I did not go grocery shopping because I have plenty of food in this house and I just keep buying other food. When I have food, eat the food that you have, Misty. That's what I've been working on. So that was a good one for me. Deanna says that she doesn't care for the cups that much, but you were looking at all the snacks. You could have grabbed something. You just did not think of it. Oh, that's nice that you thought of a healthier, better version for your snack. Natasha says that Reese's shapes are so much better than the normal ones. It's because of the peanut butter to chocolate ratio. It's a better ratio. Cheryl agrees. Do you also agree it's because of the ratio, Cheryl? Now I feel like I need to know how y'all feel about that. As which of them is your preferred? Do you prefer the tiny cups? Do you prefer the regular cups that you would get in like a 2-pack or a 4-pack? Or do you prefer like the trees or the eggs or the ghosts? I think it's all about the ratio because I think the little cups are for chocolate lovers because there's almost no peanut butter. But like the eggs and the trees are for peanut butter lovers because there's more peanut butter. Thoughts? Non-scale victory. Why are we talking about Reese's peanut butter, guys? I'm sorry. Because I can talk about it and not crave it. I apologize if I have also now made you all want Reese's peanut butter cups. Hello, welcome to the live stream, Michelle. Thanks for being here. Camille says she's the loudest when you get excited. Okay, great. Me too. You'll evidently scream without realizing. Deanna says that she likes walking for about an hour, and then after that you get bored. That's a long time, though. I mean, an hour is still pretty good. Alan said he was at an Asian store, and they have made chicken skins. Ooh, chicken skins do sound good. Crispy chicken skins. Becky says she keeps trying to tell herself getting to her goal weight and paying off her debt will make her feel better, not binging or swapping her card for dumb stuff you don't need. I mean, easier said than done, right? I mean, getting to your goal weight and paying off your debt should make you feel better because you'd be hopefully in a healthier situation if you lost weight. But there are ways to lose weight that are not healthy situations. There are ways to get out of debt that might not be the best life that you could live. So I agree. Doing those things is wonderfully as long as you're doing it in a good manner. Whoops. Charlotte says, absolutely. The correct ratio and the holiday shapes is deliciousness. Yeah, agreed. Hey, Gina, there you are. I was just thinking about you because I hadn't seen you comment. Hello, Gina. Thanks. I'm glad you could make it. Michelle says she prefers the Quest peanut butter cups. All they need is the little brown wrapper. The Quest peanut butter cups are pretty good. I will say they are pretty good. The Reese's sugar-free peanut butter cups are pretty good, but they only have like the little ones again, which I think is more for the chocolate lover. Y'all already know I'm a Chocolate Zero girl, so they're my favorite. Yeah, the shapes are the best. That's okay, Deanna. I'll take it. Deanna says it was her fault. It wasn't. You just mentioned that as a non-scale victory. I got deep into the Reese's peanut butter. I started to almost give y'all lore behind. I love it. They were one of my favorite. All of the Reese's Fast Break, Reese's, yep, all of them. They were delicious back in the day. I used to love them. Janine says she might eat a spoonful of peanut butter with sugar-free chocolate chips after supper. Oh, I do that all the time. I actually like to use the PB Fit. I have this organic PB Fit powder. So it's lower fat, lower calories, lower carbs, same protein, pretty much. And I'll mix some of that together and then put in some of the sugar-free chocolate chips. It's delicious and so filling. LB says that she likes the way that Becky's thinking about it. Yeah, as long as you're doing that in a healthy manner, I think absolutely it's about, because what she's doing, which I absolutely do agree with, and I can see why you agree with her on that one, LB, and something that I talk about all the time that I'm really doing especially in the last few months, and especially in this last month of the move, is what does future Misty want or need? And I remember at one point, Amy was like, well, whatever you think you won't use in the next 30 days, pack it and go ahead and put it up. And so for my collectibles and things, that makes sense because you don't have to see them all the time. I want you to be able to see them and I want to be able to display them, but you don't have to, right? So it's okay to pack those. But then I was like, if I don't need it in the next 30 days, why am I bringing it with me? Because I can go 30 days without it. I mean, there may be some things that I would keep that I don't need in the next 30 days, but most of what's left is the things that I use on a day-to-day basis. But it's about thinking about what future you want. And future Becky doesn't want debt and she wants to feel healthier. Yeah. Take the steps that will get you there. You can't just wish a thing and do nothing. But a heck of a lot of people do that. And I don't know why. It really boggles my mind. How do you think it's just like saying, I want to go to Hawaii. And you just say it. You don't do anything to make that happen. Other than just saying it out loud. In fact, it came up, I forget when the conversation started, but I remember Kirsten was saying something about that I walk the walk. I was like, yeah, I walk the walk and I talk the talk. I was like, but a lot of people talk the talk. So I started using the hashtag talk the walk. Do what you're talking about. It's okay. You can try to be getting out of debt and you can try to be losing weight and you can try to be skipping breakfast and you can try to be hitting so many steps per day or so many steps per week, or you can try to be eating out of your pantry, or you can try to be doing all of those things. It's about what future you is going to be able to do with the things that you do today. Because you can't just wish a thing and then do nothing. So you got to take the steps. I believe in the power of prayer. I absolutely believe in the power of prayer. But I also believe that you're accountable for some of that. And that you got to put work in too. So put in the work. Walk the talk. Charlotte says, non-scale victory. We'll get off of that subject again. Sorry. Non-scale victory. She ended up failing this week, editing her video right now. I think that's already going to be debatable, if you failed or not. But we'll discuss after I read the rest of your comment here. But she says that that now instead of going on a binge episode and giving up, she reevaluated. She's made another game plan, and you're moving forward. That's a few victories in that statement that I think, because one, you thought you failed and you don't anymore. Again, failure is perspective on what you believe is failing. That's a whole nother topic. But you reevaluated, which means that you realized that you made a decision that you weren't happy with, or that you got results that weren't what you wanted. And what steps can you take to change them to move forward again, right? Because like I said, it's like a roller coaster, and then you get on the one that goes around and around and around until you want to throw up. You just need to get off. Well, it doesn't mean you have to get off the roller coaster. You just got to get off the spinning part, right? And so you make a game plan, and then you move forward. Gina says she is trying not to finish off a whole bag of Skinny Pop. It kind of defeats the purpose. You just love popcorn. Oh, you and Camille too. Camille's a big popcorn. Oh yeah, see, Camille, popcorn for dinner every night. I was going to say that is her daily thing. She loves the popcorn. It is good, but if you don't need the whole bag, then don't eat the whole bag. I don't even know how big a bag is. I don't even know if a whole bag would be bad for you. But if you think it would be, then I think that it would be. So make a different decision. Fast Breaks, they're so good. It's probably one of my favorites. Actually, my favorite candy bar is a whatchamacallit. It's my favorite candy bar. And that is the name of the candy bar. I realize some people still do watch that are not from the United States. It's not that I have forgotten what the name of the candy bar is. The name of the candy bar is a whatchamacallit. Just in case. I don't know why I felt like maybe I needed to clarify that. I think most of you here would know that, but just in case. Popcorn and cashews, Gina said, just your favorite. Popcorn and cashews together? I don't know that I've done popcorn with any type of nut in it. Chocolate, yes. Peanut butter, yes. Because I like salty and sweet. But I don't think I've ever done nuts. Camille just said that she made peace with eating popcorn every day. That's why she eats it for dinner and not a snack. Like my shirt says, I do what I want. She does what she wants. We do what we want. I do what I want, including wearing shirts of cats and coffee. Yeah, the power of putting in the work, right? Put in the work and you get the results. It's a weird thing how it happens. It's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. And you want results right now. Instant gratification is instant and it's great. But it's not how a healthy weight loss expedition ends up going for you. Becky says that future Becky needs to put on a dress that isn't tight and needs to pay off debt so she can go to Disney World. Sorry, Disney and wedding is a big motivator right now. No, it's perfectly fine to use it as a motivator. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's about what future Becky wants. It's just, are you doing it in a healthy way? Which for you, Becky, I know that you are because I know you, but maybe not everybody does. And so I just want to make sure that I am calling out that all of those things are great. And to do things for motivation, if you can find something that motivates you to give you a reason to do it, by all means, even better. Like I know Deanna's given herself a little treat every month that she hits steps so that at the end of the year she can get herself some cool shoes, which I love that idea. I like other people's shoes. I'm a shoe person. I'm a shoe person too, but I don't buy cool shoes. I just buy shoes that I like and a lot of them. But yeah, it's neat when you can do healthy things for yourself because you don't just want, you do want the dress not to be tight, but you want to feel good that day too. And if you feel good, chances are the dress won't be as tight. Right? Whatchamacallit. So that's why we're friends, Deanna. It's such a good candy bar. It has the crispy, it has the chocolatey, the caramely, the peanut buttery. It's so good. Whatchamacallit's so good. I'm not eating any of those things. And that's one thing that is different about me, I guess. And that's why I said I apologize if I'm triggering you right now. I don't mean to trigger you. But we've even had this conversation where I did a juice fast for a month where I had no solid food. I juiced everything. Not meats, of course, but vegetables, fruits. I juiced everything. I didn't eat any solid food. I would even filter my juice to make sure that there were no solids in it. My favorite thing to do was watch the Food Network and to look at and smell other people's food. I would ask people to take their hamburgers apart. Like, could you take that hamburger apart for me? And just let me look at all of the pieces and smell as much as I can of your hamburger, please. Or I would watch people make food. Never made me want to eat. It satisfied me. I was like, that's delicious. Like I had eaten it or some crazy stuff. I can talk all about food and candies, and it does not make me want them. I guess that's a good thing for me. Seeing as how I can't seem to stop talking about it right now. Becky says she's been unhealthy overeating and overspending. See, you are aware, and so you know that those are the things that you need to work on. Gina says she likes a good old payday. All nuts and anything with peanut butter. Payday is a close follow-up, I gotta say. But some people say it's like the most generic candy bar. It's really good. Have you had the perfect keto version of that? Because I have to say it's pretty good. And it's pretty close to payday. I forget what they call it. The Nola bar, I think, is what it was. It's good. Expensive though. So again, you can buy perfect keto if you're watching. Whatever you'd like. I buy it when it's on sale with a coupon code. Charlotte says she loves that she's not the only person who gets so excited talking about their favorite foods. Yeah, I mean, I love talking about it. Like, it's very exciting for me to talk about the things that I used to love and eat, and they just don't make me feel good anymore. I could still eat them, but I don't like the way that I feel, so I'd rather just talk about them and get the enjoyment out of the food that way by talking about my favorite foods. Then I don't have to eat them. That may be, is that weird? I don't know. Y'all don't have to tell me if it is. Y'all can if it is, but y'all don't have to tell me. Or you can tell me that it's not. Bye, Mary. Safe trip. I hope you win. Win big. Not that y'all bet enough to win big, but win big anyway. Janine says just eating broccoli and radishes while listening to the food talk. Did you roast the radishes? How are you eating your radishes? Roasted radishes are so underrated. They are one of the best. What is it about roasting a radish that changes it? Changes everything about the flavor profile. If you have not, roast your radishes and then try it again. So good. Becky says, I also think about my health and spending will affect Charlie, who is her fiance. I don't want to be in as much debt or be eating unhealthy and start my marriage out that way. I think we have to think of others. Yeah, in some instances, you do. I mean, you do want to think of others, but in putting yourself first and in making sure that you're making the best choices for yourself, I think all of that will fall in line. And I think it is, just to your point. Charlie looks great, by the way. I know I've told you that and him when he joined in the other day. Janine says that you used to ask your kids to let you sniff their food. Yeah, it's a strange thing, but yeah, I liked smelling other people's food when I couldn't eat it. Not that I have the best sense of smell, but I could tell it was meat or if it was sweet or whatever. But yeah. Becky says that she loves talking about food because she loves food. I'm not even really a big foodie, but I mean, I do have a few things that I really enjoyed, like different candies. My all-time favorite candy, hot tamales. And it is almost impossible to find a cinnamon gummy flavored candy that's not sugar. I have had hot tamales. I have hot tamales every year on my birthday. I love them, but I can't have very many. And I can't eat the whole box like I used to. Radishes are great in soup, too. I am sure that they are. Soup people, put them in your soup. Oh, true. Sherry says roasted anything. Girl, you're not wrong about that. Roast all of your food. It's so good. All of the vegetables roasted. It's really the only way I eat them. Not the only way. I'd say 90% of the time I eat roasted vegetables. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, green beans, radishes, asparagus, if I can find it, because it makes me feel fancy. Because it's so expensive most of the time. I feel like, oh, I paid for this. I'm going to have a nice meal with this asparagus. It's all good roasted. Air fried and a little burnt on the radishes. You are absolutely correct. Put like some oil and then put some seasoning, like some nutritional yeast, even if you want like a little bit of a cheesy flavor on it, or just like some garlic and shake it up. Put it down. So good. Oh, yeah, let Charlie know. No, I've said that for the last couple of months. Charlie looks really good. I can tell he's been putting in work himself. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but he's been putting in work and it shows. I hope he feels great because he looks good. Natasha says that frequently I crave something, but when I do end up eating it, it doesn't hit like I remember it tasting, and therefore doesn't really fulfill the craving. Example, Little Debbie's or Kraft mac and cheese. Yeah, that is so disappointing when you are expecting a food to hit a certain way and then you eat it and you're like, well, that's just kind of gross and disgusting, but I'm just going to eat it anyway. Because then it feels like you've wasted it. Like, I ate this and it wasn't even any good. So I like to do adventures. And then we have food. I think I was the only person who enjoyed the food yesterday. And it really wasn't very good. And they got my order wrong. But I loved the adventure. Will I remember the food? Probably, because it wasn't very good. But Gina says she's tempted to buy an air fryer. You hear everything is tasty and easy to prepare. Have you been hearing that from me on this channel? Because I feel like I've been saying that for years. Gina, buy you an air fryer. Buy you one. Treat yourself. Because everything is better in an air fryer. All your meat should go in the air fryer. All your vegetables should go in the air fryer. Cheryl says, good night, everyone. Sending love. Please never forget how amazing you are. You are amazing, Cheryl. I hope you get some sleep. Let's see. What other non-scale victories did I have for myself? If you have any more non-scale victories, please feel free to share. We are wrapping up, of course, a little bit at the end of the night. For those of you who didn't see, I talked about packing my upstairs, but I did a short. One of my biggest non-scale victories for this month was I finally donated all of the clothes to Goodwill. So it ended up being 15 bags of clothing. It filled up my car. So that was a non-scale victory for me because I'm really attached to clothes. I did keep some shirts. I kept all of my vacation shirts and some of my special shirts. So I did keep some. And I don't know if I'll have them made into a quilt or have them made into pillows, but there are a bunch of different ways that I know I can utilize the shirts in a showcase display type of way. So I did keep some. But jackets, pants, blue jeans, shirts, any underwear or socks or anything that were all the underwear just threw away because it's underwear. Some of the socks were new enough that I put in. I've kept some of my fun socks just because they're fun socks, and I feel like I should keep them in case I ever want to wear socks, which doesn't happen very often. I kind of hate socks. They're not a fan. But yeah, so I donated all the clothes because I'm never going to need them again. So hopefully they'll serve lots and lots of people. I did my 2 shorts, my 2 reels. I always consider that a non-scale victory. That was one of the reels that I did, was the bags of clothes. What was the other one? Oh, the other one was the jump rope, about sucking is the first step to being really good at something. But it's really true because you got, just like we were talking about earlier, right? You got to start somewhere. You got to start with crawling or start with walking, and sometimes you suck at it. So you got, sucking is the first part of being really good at something. Oh, another little thing too, and we were talking about it, and it hit in my head, and I didn't write it down, but I wanted to circle back around to it while I'm thinking of other, because I have one final one that I want to share, which I've already shared, but I still want to call it out again. If anyone wants to guess what my favorite non-scale victory was for the month, some of you probably know what it was, but last week when I was in the car on the way to Amy's house, I was sitting at a light, and I was just having one of those moments where, I've lost almost half my body weight, right? And so the distance between me and my steering wheel now still some days amazes me. Just to think that I was that large. It is sort of hard for my brain to conceive, but I know where my stomach used to sit. And I was having this moment of, how over time things change, and you know it, but you don't always realize it. And then, like I said, with my fanny pack, I ended up having to take it in like 1.5 inches, 2 inches after 6 months of not wearing it. Well, my seatbelt hadn't been fitting really well. And so I had bought one of those like adapters to where it like clips over, so it keeps them tighter together, so it'll pull it down. And I was sitting there, thinking about all this room in the car and how the car fits differently now. And something happened beside me, and I turned my head, and I just happened to see the seatbelt over there and realized you can move your seatbelt up and down. I mean, I think it's in every car. It's not like a luxury feature. It's like standard cars. You can move your physical seatbelt up and down. And I had it at the highest setting because I was so big. It needed to be big to be able to come around me. I moved that little puppy down, and my car fits great again. So sometimes it's those little things like having to downsize your fanny pack or realizing that you need to change how your car works because it's happened so slowly. It's not like, 2 weeks later, I don't fit in my car right. And so I'm trying to adjust things to fit. It's just happened slowly over time. And I made modifications that really didn't even work. They did, but it still wasn't the best modification. The modification was just to move the thing down. But my brain didn't think of that because it had kind of happened so slowly. So, anyway, Charlotte says, sounds like I had a super amazing week. I did have a super amazing week. I did. Absolutely. Thank you. Sorry, Janine says, for those of you who have not seen my Tetris G Fuel review, disgusting. So gross. So gross. She said she did not buy the Tetris flavored drink to try while shopping today. I mean, maybe you would like it. I hate to say that anybody would or would not like a thing. That thing was gross. It tasted like straight up chemicals and then was like empty in your mouth. Do you know how, like when you drink a red wine and so you drink it, but then it's like, like it's gone. Like it's, and then everything's dried out, but you're left with like this essence of flavor. That's kind of what it was like, except for the proof part tasted really bad, but the essence of aftertaste was okay. But drinking it was rough. If you could just have the aftertaste, it might have got like a 3. Anyway, Jen says, you give me so much motivation. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. But consistency's where it's at. But motivation helps. If you can find things to motivate you, find things to motivate you. Right now, moving is motivating me to do a bunch of things, move a bunch of things. I'm physically tired, which I haven't been physically tired in a long time. I like it, but I'm doing the most. Yeah, right. It's a fun victory. I like it. Gina says that she's starting to feel the effects of walking around barefoot for years. Time for arch support. I don't know. I've been walking around barefoot for the last almost a year now, full time, or in barefoot shoes, or like these are the shoes that I wear predominantly now are the Ultras, which are a wide toe box, 0 drop shoe, but not a barefoot shoe. I still wear my barefoot shoes though too, and I still typically go barefoot in the house. Except for when I'm on live streams. Do y'all want to know a weird random Misty fact? Some of you already know this because I think you were on the live stream with me when I was having to put on my shoes. I always wear shoes when I do a live stream because it makes me feel more professional. I'm really introverted, and although I like to talk a lot, I have to kind of get into the mode of talking a lot. And one of the ways that I get into a work mode is to put on shoes. Thanks for being here. I don't know why. It's good. It's fun around here, guys. I really do like it. I love y'all being here. I am excited that y'all like how much I hated that Tetris. I just poured it down the drain. I just couldn't even drink it. It was one of the worst things that I've had. LB though, you may love it. Look, she's laughing at my Tetris drink. You like Rainbow Unicorn. I thought that stuff was trash. So you may like it, LB. If you find it, you should try it. Let me know what you think. Is it actually trash or... Gina says back in the 90s she loved Richard Simmons, which I'm going to use as a segue to my final and favorite non-scale victory for the month of March. And that, my friends, is that I led my very first workout. So I know most of you know that. I've talked about it on this channel before, but that was a huge non-scale victory for me in just so many different ways. If you would have asked me even a year ago, there's not a chance that I would have led a workout. Not a chance. I'll share a video. I did that this morning, actually, because Coach is on vacation. spring break at the beach. I want to work out. I want to work out with other people. So I shared a video and some of the Fit Squad joined and we all worked out together to a video. But it was still together. And I like it like that. But my biggest non-scale victory of the month for me was leading that. I was prepared. I took time and took things into consideration. I tried to give tips and tricks and techniques as we went. I tried to stay focused, calm, and it was so much fun. Like, it was such a good time. It was just like a whirlwind. It happened so fast. And that's how I know when I really enjoy something. It's like even like with yesterday. Like yesterday just was over. All of a sudden it was like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like, where did the day go? It's so fast. So leading the Fit Squad and being able to lead and come up with my very own workout was definitely my favorite non-scale victory for the month. So Charlotte says she's got to get things ready for tomorrow. Gina says she's amazed by all that I have accomplished. Hard work and perseverance. Consistency is key. Talk the walk. Talk about it. Do it. Don't wait to be motivated. Get out there and do it because you're worth it and because you deserve it. That's going to do it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing your non-scale victories. I look forward to seeing you throughout the week because I got some videos for y'all. You may even get a video of our trip to Big Thicket if I can get it out there. I filmed a lot. I really did, but I'm going to try my best. Anyway, so for tonight, we're going to say like this video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you know how, and comment down below. What was your best non-scale victory for the month of March? And until next time, I'll see you real soon. Have a great night, everybody. Oh, Jason, I see you joined. Sorry, Jason. Maybe next time. Have a good one, everybody.